What it do, y'all? It's your girl Makeup and Travel, and for today's video, your girl is here to bring you her next video in her Must Have Must Gag series. This is my series that I created inspired by Samantha March's Will I Buy It series. I always have her playlist and the community playlist linked down below for your convenience, as well as all the Instagram pages that I use to get all of this makeup knowledge. And of course, I always link and list down below all of the makeup that I talk about in this video. I will also have a link to my tutorial. It will not be up by the time that this video goes up, but stay tuned. I should be having it go up pretty soon. It should be going up, and I will have it linked down below for you guys. I did do this as an Instagram tutorial, so it shouldn't take me too long to get it edited and uploaded. I'm pretty quick on uploading things for my Instagram, as long as your girl knows what I had on my face. So but I think that's it. I don't have anything else that I need that is pressing. I will say I have quite a few, not quite a few, I have one pretty exciting release that I will be working on recording with this week, and a lot of my pre-filmed material has already been uploaded, which is crazy. There's very few like already edited and uploaded stuff that I have not recorded in the month of October. So things are going to start to be more like accessible. So I have, let me just show you. I have the DJ Unique Boutique The Real collection. I have the eyeshadow palette, and I also have a set of lashes. So I will be talking about this in minimum. I've already recorded 2 videos with it, and that's not including the 3 looks 1 palette that I plan to do with that palette. So stay tuned. It should be coming up this week. I'm pretty sure it'll be coming up this week. So if you subscribe, it'll be easy for you to know. If not, just feel free to come back to my channel later on this week or next week, and it should be up by then. I think that's it. Earrings and stuff, I will do my best to have linked down below as long as there is room, because my description box is pretty filled on these videos. And I just want to talk about one thing before I start talking about the actual makeup news. Sephora is doing their friends and family sale. Now, this is actually the first time I've really understood how to get access to this sale. And basically, you either can go in person to a Sephora and ask an employee to get their code, or an employee can give you the link to have access to their code electronically. I personally got access to a link via Beauty Deals BFF. I will have her Instagram linked down below. If you go to her Instagram, she posts a lot of photos saying, like, you know, Sephora 20% off sale, and then you have to like go through her link in her description box and click on the actual post, and it'll send you to Sephora if that link has not already been accessed by 200 people. So if you haven't gotten access to the 20% off sale link or code and you really want to, that's the easiest way, I think. Either that or Reddit. Those are the 2 ways that I have been directed to find it. And honestly, Reddit, it was too much. I don't know. My Wi-Fi was a little crappy when I was trying to get access, and it just didn't work. So for me, I would recommend you to go to Beauty Deals BFF, but to each his own, to each his own. So that's pretty much all I wanted to say. I think I will be making an order. I think. I'm not positive. This is all up in the air. A lot of things that I'm actually really interested in that I want to break my no-buy for mainly are not on Sephora. They're just more like I'm intrigued to try out the products. But then again, like, I know during the VIB sale, I'm not going to get 20% off because I'm not a Rouge member. So it's like, what are the products that I would want to buy during that sale, but I'd want to get more of a discount. So we'll see. We will see what happens. I might be picking up the last remaining remnants of the holiday releases that I'm interested in. But pretty much, yeah. Let me know down below if you guys are going to be participating in the sale, what you guys are going to be getting. If you want me to pick something up to review for you guys, I would love to know. Let me know. Okay, so let's get into it because I've been talking for 5 minutes. I've been talking for 5 minutes. Okay, we're gonna start. Black Moon Cosmetics has come out with a new palette, and this is their Urban Myth palette. It launches on Saturday, so by the time you guys see this on Sunday, it will be launched. By the way, I'm recording this on Friday. So, and it's going to be launching for $38. It is vegan and cruelty free. And there is 5 metallic shades and there are 5 matte shades. I think the color scheme is actually really nice. I have no problems with it. And honestly, like I keep talking about, that Bigfoot shade looks like a nice rich burgundy that your girl wants. But for some reason, this is just not tickling my fancy. This collection is just not where I'm interested in. I have always been interested in this brand overall, but there's just not been anything to really make me pull the trigger. So for me, I'm gonna pass, but I think this is a beautiful palette, and maybe if this was broken down into quads, I'd be more interested in, which is crazy for me to say because I don't like quads. But just, yeah, just something about it. Yeah, maybe if I see somebody do a review or do a tutorial, I'll be more hooked. But as of right now, it's an easy pass. Queen Tarzi has a girl power eyeshadow palette, and this is a neutral palette, but it's nice. I actually really like this palette. I think it's cute. I think it works on quite a variety of skin tones, and the pigmentation looks bomb. I haven't heard anybody talk about this palette at all. It retails for €39.99, and it is available for purchase. It is vegan, cruelty free, highly pigmented colors, easy blendable, long wear, no smudge, no fallout, natural and glam looks. I think this looks really pretty. For me, what I'd want to do is look through my collection right now and see, is this something that would benefit my collection? Would I get any new looks or any new variety and textures or anything picking this up? If I find that that is something that's going to happen, then I will probably go ahead and pick it up. But if I find that this is going to be something that's repetitive, something that's not unique for me, then I'm going to skip. So this is on a maybe pile. I don't know yet. Scott Barnes has released a limited edition Meet Mesmerize palette. This retails for $120 and there are 8 shades. So you get 6 metallics that are all like a metallic chrome shade, and then you get 2 different blacks. I understand and I appreciate when makeup artists come out with their own range in their own line. I think it helps for makeup, just general consumers, to learn more about how they apply makeup and how, like, let's say you really idolize the way that Scott Barnes does makeup, or that way that Makeup by Mario does makeup, or the way that other MUAs, makeup artists, etc. do makeup. They tell you how they basically do it based on the products that they release, and like how their directions for those products. Like Patrick Starr with his Patrick Ta, I'm sorry, with his blush duo, his cream and the powder blush, how he said to apply the powder first and then the cream on top. You don't necessarily have to pick up that product to do that technique, but him releasing that product, you learn a new technique. You learn, if you're really interested in how he applies his blush, you learn then how you should apply your blush to emulate the way that he does his. So for me, that's the main reason why I enjoy these makeup artists coming out with their own range. That being said, 9 times out of 10, I don't really check for their products, because a lot of things that they present and they release are basic and everyday products that I already have enough of and I don't need anymore. They released a lot of neutral toned eyeshadow palettes. I'm not a neutral tone person. It's just not my cup of tea unless they're interesting neutrals. And then also, it's expansive. And I mean, it depends on the makeup artist, because I have quite a few things from Danessa Myricks and I have quite a few things from Natasha Denona. So it depends on the makeup artist. But just for some reason, I have not gotten into Scott Barnes at all. I don't really follow him. I don't really follow his looks or anything like that. I hear he's very popular. Not downplaying it. It's just not, I don't have a connection to him at all. So I definitely don't have a connection to this palette, and I just definitely don't have a connection to his range in general. So for me, this is an easy must gag, easy pass, and bada bing, bada boom. BH Cosmetics has shown their like true holiday collection. So we've already seen their Halloween collection. This is their holiday collection. There are two different eyeshadow palettes, one that is quite bigger than the other. They have a highlighter palette and then they have some brushes. For me, I'm interested in the sense that BH Cosmetics has been getting a lot of buzz lately because their eyeshadow formula has improved greatly. So for me, that's the main reason why I'm even low-key checking for these products. If we're looking at the color schemes and like taking out the fact that they're BH Cosmetics and I want to try that formula, I'm not intrigued. I'm not. So I'm gonna have to pass. I will say I have had 2 or 3 brush bundles from them, and the last one that I got from them was, I think this one, or was it the Marvel one? Well, this one, which is the like lime green one, I have quite a bit of that collection still. I would only recommend to people to get brush bundles and brush sets if you don't have brushes at all, or if you're trying to revamp your whole brush collection. If not, I'd say just buy brushes piecemeal, because there's going to be brushes in that set that you're not going to get use out of, and so you would have wasted your money purchasing that set for no reason. So for me, this whole collection is a pass. And I didn't really talk about the highlighter palette, but it looks icy. It's icy on Trend Mood, and I am quite a bit deeper than Trend Mood, so your girl is going to pass on that whole collection together. Essence Makeup, they have shown that they have a Halloween collection, and so you know when you're like really excited for a product because the outside, and then you see the inside and you're like, the devil's a lie. This is, oh, okay, well, never mind. This was only available for 72 hours for some reason. There is another palette that they have, which is called the Witch Size. This reminds me a little bit too much of the Huda Beauty new nude palette. I do have that palette. I do enjoy that palette. So for me, this is a pass. I honestly can't believe that that palette was only available 72 hours. Like, wait, I don't understand. Please explain it to me, because I am confuzzled. So anyways, easy pass on both of those products for me. Let's keep going. So Linda Hallberg has come out with a Latex Fever liquid lipstick, which is basically a glorified lip lacquer or lip vinyl, if you will. I will say the colors are really nice. I really like that deep, wow, that deep burp. I keep wanting to say purple, that deep berry. But am I wearing deep berries a lot? No. Do I have a deep berry liquid lipstick? Yes. Could I top it off with a clear lip gloss and get this the same effect? Yes. So for me, it is a pass. Maybe if she comes out with some brownie neutrals. Honestly, guys, I've been wearing browns a lot when it comes to my lips. I don't know if it's because life has happened. I don't know if I've matured, which would be very tragic, but I just have not been wearing a lot of colorful lips. And even this lip on that I'm wearing right now, it's from Give Me Glow and is in their shade Halloween Orange. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to be throwing this away because it's not the same formula that it was. It's a lot thicker and harder to apply. My lips have, it just ain't cutting it. So for me, I think I'm gonna pass on this collection, but I may get something from this range later on. Ofra Cosmetics came out with a Bossy Eyes, it's called the Empowered Collection with an Empowered Signature Palette and a Bossy Eyes Liquid Shadows. So the palette is $32. The liquid eyeshadows are $15 each. I think this looks cute. I think this looks cute. I have no qualms or any like bad remarks about this. I just don't feel super invested, like super drawn to really pick this up. At one point I thought this was a collaboration with a YouTuber that I follow, which would have been the real driving point for me to pick this up. But since it's not, it's going to be an easy pass for me. Natasha Denona. So her holiday launch, I am still very suspect. I feel like this is not the full launch. Like it just doesn't seem like a full launch from her, but it apparently is, so we're going to talk about it. We have a mini eyeshadow palette, which is called Mini Zendo. You have a teal, you have some pinks, a brown, a beige. It's a boring eyeshadow palette for me. Easy pass. And then the highlighter and looks way too icy on the darker complected model. So that is a pass for me. And then the two lip products, they don't look terrible on the model, but like, I just can't find a justification for me to pick up new lip products right now in our current climate. I'm wearing a mask almost every day for some point of time, for some length of time. When I'm at work, that's 8 hours of my day where I'm wearing a mask, where I barely remember to put chapstick on. So for me, buying lip products right now just seems stupid for me. So I am gonna pass on that whole collection and enjoy the videos that I see from other people. Lights Lacquer has shown 6 new shades for the fall season, and I'm good. I'm actually very good. I don't feel intrigued or drawn into any of these shades at all. This collection is already available, and I'm happy I'm not drawn into it because I have a bucket, not a bucket, but I have a container that holds all of my nail polish that I have not swatched yet, and I want to get to the point where I've swatched all my nail polishes, put them all on my Pinterest so I can reference that when I am purchasing other products in the future. So for me, I'm trying my best not to pick up too many, if any, more nail polish colors, and the fact that I am not interested in that collection is good to go. Okay, so you guys know I have a Tom Ford fragrance that is I would say pretty much one of my favorites, if not my favorite fragrance in my collection that is full-sized, okay? Because I love my replica fragrances as well. They have released a fragrance for the season, and it is called Bitter Peach. The thing is, okay, the thing is, the 1.7 ounce is $350. I thought the fragrance that I got from them already was expensive, but no. And then I'm already going to be getting another one with my voucher from my Sephora sale thing. And I just, like, the problem is, right, I want to try so many of these fragrances, but they're so expensive, and I can't justify it. I even was very interested in the Lost Cherry, which they relaunched this year, and like, I don't know. I can't do $350. There's no way I can justify that. No way. So for me, maybe I'll wait for them to come back again next year. This is supposed to be a fruity floral scent, so I'm not too big into fruity floral scents, honestly. I feel like I can get those a dime a dozen from cheaper brands, so we're gonna keep it pushing. But hold on. So after a bit of investigation, I realized that I could get Tom Ford's Lost Cherry on Beautylish. We'll see what life brings me. So we have Becca Muse Cosmetics, and they have come out with the Hottie eyeshadow palette. This looks to be a really nice fall color scheme eyeshadow palette. You get mattes and shimmers. There are definitely more mattes than shimmers, which I am definitely down for. It's 15 shades, 10 mattes, 5 shimmers. We don't yet know the price, but this is a brand that I have looked at for a couple of other palettes, so I'm intrigued. Hopefully I can get some more information later on, but I'm intrigued. And right now I'm very interested in potentially picking up actual fall themed palettes, because I don't have, let me rephrase. The palettes that I've been picking up lately, the past two, have not been fall color schemes. They've been either winter color schemes or like spring color schemes, even the Beauty Bean collaboration, which I did pick up. Oh, I need to talk about that. I will talk about that in a second. That's not technically, in my opinion, a fall color scheme. That's more of a winter color scheme. So yeah, I'm interested in this palette. I may pick it up, who knows. Now let's talk about Beauty Bean and Strobe Cosmetics. I've talked about it briefly in another video when I was doing a tutorial, but I wanted to address it in this video and I just forgot until now. I was not able to pick it up during their initial pre-launch, right? The pre-launch sold out in the first minute that it was available. I put the palette in my cart first time. As I was going through my PayPal, it sold out. Then I went back and I saw that they had the palette and the pins still available. So I put that in my cart. As I was going through PayPal, it sold out once again. I was frustrated because, you know, and this is not a frustration towards Strobe themselves. This is a frustration towards purchasing in general. I hate when I put something in my cart and it says it's available because I put it in my cart, and while it's in my cart, it's sold to somebody else. That irks me. I'd rather you just tell me before I get to the item and get it in my cart that it's sold out than it to be there virtually, it be in my grasp, and then I lose it. So I was frustrated. But a lot of people were just talking out the sides of their mouths, and it was unnecessary. So Beauty Bean and the owner of Strobe Cosmetics decided to post on the Strobe Cosmetics website an indefinite pre-launch, basically meaning that you can purchase your palette and save your palette, but whenever it gets shipped, whenever it gets made, it gets made. This is a brand that's run and pressed, and all of the packaging and everything is done single person. Well, she gets the packaging done by somebody else, but like, she is the person, only one person runs this company. So, you know, you have to be realistic. A lot of people who saw this color scheme, because I'm pretty sure this got shared on Trend Mood, don't really understand indie brands to a full extent. So the sideways comments, like I said, I was annoyed and frustrated, but at the end of the day, I knew that I would try and pick it up on the next launch. My main frustration is that I know me. If I don't get something when I actually set an alarm and remember, when it magically re-releases, I'll forget about it. I'll be too late. So that was where my main frustration was coming from. But regardless, I was able to purchase my pre-order and I am happy now. Whenever it gets to me, I will do my looks. I will have my fun. If you guys are interested in seeing more looks by then, I will do even more looks. But overall, I was not in the same tip as everybody else who was talking sideways about the brand. I saw one comment where somebody was like, they need to hire more people. You need, if it's that deep, you don't have to buy the palette. Like, so yeah, either way, I'm excited. That is the only palette, if memory serves me correctly, that is actually on its way to me. So yeah, maybe once after I've played a little bit with this DJ Cosmetics palette, I may pick up one or two more things that I have in the back of my head that I'm itching to pick up. Colourpop has released a new collection, and this is their taupe collection. Colourpop, y'all were ghost for a couple of months, and y'all pushed out everything that y'all had delayed, and y'all have not lost any steam. Come on, man. Like, just, I am not interested in anything from this collection. This is not my personal color scheme at all. So I am going to pass. The highlighters look too light. The single palette, the single panned eyeshadows, I don't want to collect those, so I'm not going to even bother looking at those. The lip glosses, I have enough lip glosses. I'm good. Everything else, just easy pass, easy pass. Lawless has come out with a new eyeshadow palette and a lipstick. So the eyeshadow palette is a mini and this is $25. It is like a burgundy pinky color scheme situation going on. For me, the deep shades are not deep enough, so I am going to pass on that. The lipstick looks like ash on the black model, so MAC's Holiday Collection. Now, I did not pick up anything from MAC's Holiday Collection last year. I wasn't interested at all, but I did pick up something I think 2 years ago, and I have loved the highlighter that I picked up. Let me see if I can find it. So I picked up this highlighter, and I also picked up single eyeshadows this year, the same year of that I picked this one up. And it doesn't say on the back, of course not. Anyways, I enjoy MAC's holiday collections sometimes, and there are things that I am interested in. So from this, like I've been saying ever since I saw the sneak peek, they have an extra dimension face palette. I want it. It looks like there's a highlighter and maybe 2 blushes. I want it. I want it so, so bad. It will be mine. And I'm also interested in the darker extra dimension finish actual highlighter that's a single pan. These single eyeshadows, I'm good. I don't need any more of those. Those look like just basic metallics or whatever. But those 2 face products I'm very interested in. What I cannot tell is if the single panned highlighter is different from the palette. I will be doing some more research because the products are actually available right now for MAC Obsessed members. I am not a MAC Obsessed member, so I can't see general access, but I think I may be able to just see like the products and maybe just not purchase it. So I'm going to try my best and get some more information before I upload this video, and if I can, it will be on the screen right now. So yeah, I am very, very excited for those 2 products. I think they will be very beneficial. The burgundy blush in this palette reminds me so, so much of my Laura Geller blush, and I don't have another blush in that shade. And granted, I still have not hit pan in that shade, but I am bound to hit pan. And when I'm bound to hit pan on that product, I am bound to finish it up. So I would love to have a backup shade that is very similar, if not the same, in my collection for when that unfortunate day occurs. Mocha P Beauty has released 2 eyeshadow palettes, and one is the Husbando palette and the other one is the Yuri palette. They're different sizes, but they're both colorful, and they've also released a couple other palettes. All of this stuff, it looks cute, but it's just not my cup of tea personally, and it's nothing that like I feel really drawn to. Right now, I'm really drawn to fall themed palettes. Those are the palettes that I want to pick up. I have 2 in mind right now, maybe some more, and so for right now, I'm just going to pass. Terra Moon Cosmetics is slowly revealing their eyeshadow palette, which is the El Barrio eyeshadow palette. It's a 9-pan palette, and it's going to be launching on the 23rd of October. We have seen 2 trios swatched. The first trio is all greens. The second one is reds and a blue. I am intrigued, but I won't be fully convinced until I see the full thing in action in the palette. So I'm just gonna wait to give you guys my full thoughts until then. There is a Ouija palette that is coming from Killer Queen Cosmetics, and I think this is interesting. I like the different green tones, the yellows. I think this is cute, but for me, I would only want those green tones and those yellows. That pink, I don't, why is the pink in there? I don't understand. I get the brown, fine. I even get the blue, fine. But the pink throws it all off for me. I don't get it. And so because of that, your girl is going to say goodbye. And that's fine, because apparently there was only 8 palettes left, and this was posted 2 days ago. So I'm sure those palettes are already long gone by now. Rare Beauty is going to be doing a holiday launch. She has 2 eyeshadow palettes, and then she has some sets. So the 2 eyeshadow palettes are both all metallic. I don't want them, so I'm skipping. Easy. Then she has the sets, and she has the Best of Rare Beauty, which shows a lip and cheeks 4-piece set. You have a mini, and I think in those sets you have minis of everything. So you have a mini liquid lipstick and 2 mini blushes and a mini lip balm, or whatever she calls them. Everything in these sets are minis. There's also another Best of Rare Beauty, which is just a duo of a lip balm and then a blush, and then the other duo are 2 liquid lipsticks. I hate minis. I hate minis. So this is all going to be a pass. I'm still interested in picking up 1 or 2 things from Rare Beauty. Maybe I'll get them in this 20% off coupon that I currently have burning a hole in my pocket, but I'm not going to pick up any of those mini holiday sets. Revolution is showing their holiday collection, and you can bet your bottom dollar that they're going to have a holiday collection for all of their many brands under their umbrella brand. And so I guess this one is just for the umbrella brand, which is Makeup Revolution. They have lip products, eyeshadow palettes, highlighters, a crystal ball, which is supposed to be a face and body loose highlighter. They look to have liquid eyeshadows, mascara. I mean, it's a lot. Okay, it's a lot. I'm not gonna hold you up. I'm not gonna pretend. And I'm good. Okay, so Pat McGrath's, the rest of her holiday collection is officially launched on her website. You can access it with the code Celestial10, or you can wait till it drops on Sephora. I will say one of the 3 quads will not be releasing on Sephora, and it is the one with the peachy and pinky tone with the lavender. That is a Pat McGrath exclusive from what I can tell. The other 2 quads will be available on Pat McGrath's website, and I mean the other 2 quads will be available on Sephora's website. And I think I'm gonna pick up the quad that has the 2 mattes. So there's only one quad that has 2 mattes, and that is the one with the bright pink, the dark brown, and then the lavender shimmer, and then the peachy pinky shade. I think I'm gonna pick that one up. I am interested in that one. I'm also interested in the peachy one, but I don't know, man. I mean, it's expensive. It's expensive. Now I will say this, without a doubt, I will say this. If these quads become available while I still have my 20% off coupon, it's a wrap. It is a wrap on the 1 quad that is available on Sephora. So we will see. Everything else in this collection I'm not interested in personally. They're not tickling my fancy. Okay, we have 1 product left, and this is another indie launch, and this is a collaboration between Double Down Cosmetics and Madagi. So she is a YouTuber that I follow. I talked about her in my latest YouTuber recommendations video, and she's doing a collaboration where she has a highlighter and an eyeshadow, and both of them are loose. For me, I'm just not a loose eyeshadow or highlighter person. They just don't work for me. They don't work with me, and I'm not about them. So for me, that is going to be a pass, but I will continue to support her in other ways, such as watching her videos, liking her content, all of that stuff. So for me, looking at what I've talked about today, I feel pretty content. I feel like I am not going to go too ham on the products that I talked about in this video. We have the Pat McGrath I'm interested in. I'm interested in the matte collection. And the Girl Power. That's it. that's pretty much it. Everything else I can live without, and even those I probably will not be running to pick them up right now, but I am interested in them. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know down below, what are some fall palettes that you're interested in? I think I've almost filmed with all of the fall palettes that I talked about in my video a couple of days ago, so that is nice. I have one more palette off the top of my head that I know I need to film with, maybe a couple others, but I took the time today. Like I said, I just really wanted to film with my Jackie Aina palette and give this some more love. I felt like I haven't reached for her in a minute, and I've wanted to, so I wanted to reach for her and get some more fun. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Do remember, Black lives do matter. Please wear a mask, be safe. Remember to register to vote, to actually vote, and I will see you guys.